in their folders, in their cabinets, maybe taking a look at that. I have a document that has tried to document every conference committee, every sponsor, exhibitor that we've had since 1974. It's a pretty large document, so if you have anything, I've been working on this historical document. I would love to see what you have and integrate it with what we have. It's also a really good time to collect some memories from people who have, if it's a recent experience or a long time ago experience of what CRRA has meant to you. So we can try to incorporate that somehow into the 40th anniversary of CRRA.
Great, thanks. So Julie and I are actually co-chairs for the conference, and we're seeking people who want to be on the conference committee. So if you're interested, let us know, and it could be things like tours or helping with the keynote and speakers or anything like that. So whatever you're interested, let us know. Okay, and Rick is going to talk about Zero Waste Week and international projects.
So I, as the resident curmudgeon, I sort of wander. In the 80s, we had a need to get a national perspective, and so CRRA actually hosted the first National Recycling Conference in Fresno in 1980, part of that. And in the late 90s, they started attacking the recycling brand, and so we came up, we have the Global Recycling Technical Council, and the idea was this is one world, we need to have the same kinds of concepts. And we started reaching out to the rest of the world, and we've done some international dialogues, and we were trying to do something in Toronto, it didn't happen, and we realized that we really have the centroid of zero waste is really California. CRRA has been probably the main generator in terms of information and money in zero waste in the world today. So we called the International Zero Waste Week, and we didn't have any money, we didn't have any organizers, we didn't have any executive directors or anything, but it turns out the members of our organization are some of the best professional organizers around. So Sunday was Zero Waste Youth. They had 300-400 people. Ruth Abbey and from San Francisco, his first name, but put it together. And it looked so good. It looked so well. They're going to do it next year as part of California State. On Monday, Leslie handled San Francisco. We gave free tours all over San Francisco. You can see all their infrastructure. Ended up at her Zero Waste Wharf area and had Trash the movie for everybody, and had Jack Macy and Paul Common, who were stars of the movie, up there talking. Tuesday was NICRA's Zero Waste Update. It was literally, they get 200, we had over 400. Wednesday, a dialogue, we have 150, 25 different countries, all talking about almost every continent except Antarctica. Thursday, Gary put together certification. Friday was tour of East Bay and a big party. Over 1,000 people. How many people did something during that week? Just on the members week. Great. We are really excited about the fact that we could all come together, mostly everybody on the same page, with some details, and news at 11 for the next one.
Awesome, Rick. Thanks. Gary just left for a session, but he wanted me to let everybody know, and Judy, I guess you probably may not even know this yet, but the National Standards application was just approved. Yeah.
You're here to hear it
first. You're here for it all happening. Look at that. All right, so look, we have 10 minutes left for questions. Do we have questions for us? Make your job easy.
What's the anticipated activist role that we can expect, especially in Sacramento advocacy going forward?
I'm going to get our new policy chair to answer that question.
Yeah, I think that Mark's question represents a question mark that's out there for a lot of us. Since I've been on the board, we've talked about fulfilling our role, our opportunity as an advocate in Sacramento, as well as occasionally in different regions of the state as it relates to these issues that are so important to us. And some of our partners are also have been looking at us on the sidelines for years. As long as I've been on this board has been committed to building the capacity. That's really the phrase, building the capacity to do that. And I know it's a roundabout way of answering, Mark, but we're on the verge of actually building the capacity to have, to really institutionally and systematically fund and have the capability to be a presence in Sacramento. Whether that is our next executive director, that's certainly one way to do it, and an executive director that has the capacity to do that because they're not manning pumps or running, any number of other things, or if it's some other combination of things. So I think that we're on the verge of having that capacity, and I'll say that you can expect to see CRA ramping that up. I don't know what that curve looks like in this very next legislative session. It's maddening. There's so much happening right now, and there's so much urgency around this. And our contribution as the board, as the governance, entity, is to build the capacity to do it, and we're on that. So whatever it's been, it's going to be more, and then rising up.
Anyone else?
Can I do just a polemic? If the number one action you could do today for your city or your county or your business is to tell the California Air Resources Board that we want the compostable organics out of the landfill and we want to phase them out over the next 3 or 4 years. If we can do that, we level the playing field and we can have a place to put our food scraps. If we don't, we're going to sit there and be very frustrated. The Air Board staff has already said that's the best solution. They've already come up with it. It's just a matter of kicking these guys into action, really.
Anyone else? Wow. Well, then we will see you all at the awards reception at 5:15. Thank you so much for coming.